softball interviews on the radio, and they're like, "What? There's a place called Media Takeout that doesn't care, and they're just gonna go in." And then, that's almost like unheard of in this area. They were so used to fluff music. So I think when Media Takeout came out, it kind of hit people like, "Wow, they going hard," and they don't care, right? It's not even like we have our favorites that we won't touch, right? People say we love Rihanna, we do. If she looks crazy one day, we'll tell her. So, and that's where that's part of what we are, right? Which is just trying to get it. So, do we make mistakes? It happens. It happens a lot rarer. It's a lot rarer for us to make mistakes than I think most other clubs. When we do, we don't have a problem saying we're sorry, correcting the record, and usually that's what it takes. But in the rare instances, if anything were to come up, I mean, we definitely have legal representation. I think that's important for any publication because it's not just us; it's everyone. It's TMZ, it's BT. They all have to deal with the same issues in the education. Talking about black culture, you might have hip hop around, but we don't necessarily own it, right? Because someone could come in and buy it or take it or whatever. But if you say, well, you can't really do it if you don't live it, right? Then we do own it, and you can't buy it, you can't take it from us, right? And so that was something that consciously, when I was thinking about it, I was like, well, we got to try and figure out something that some big company can't just come over and say, well, we're just going to recreate it in two steps. We're just going to hire these 15 people, and we're going to make something like Media Takeout, right? And they tried. I mean, their company has spent hundreds of millions of dollars trying to recreate what we did. They can't. Why? Because of the way that we're looking at it, right? That's exactly what they'll do. They'll say, well, all we got to do is get 7 guys from the source, 14 guys from the buy. There we go. We're better than Media Takeout, right? No, it doesn't work like that. And that's because what we try to do is we try to look at something new and try to find talent in this new media. And blogging really is a new media. It's completely different from print. I know when I talk to people and they say, well, I used to write for XYZ or I write for this magazine. That's great. I mean, that's a great skill set to have. But most of the stories that we're talking about, we want them to be 250 words or less. For a writer, no writer ever wants to write 250 words or less. Right? Exactly. And for a TV person, right, it really is different. TV is TV. It's its own thing. Radio is its own thing. Radio is very vocal. You want people to talk about it. TV is very visual. Blogs are a little bit of both, right? It's a lot of photos, it's video, it's dark analysis. So it really is a completely different skill set from all these other places. So when we were looking to hire people and trying to build a staff, we really just threw everything out and just said, what we're looking for is someone that has an interest in this, that reads blogs, that loves it, and that was committed and was willing to work really, really hard, because that's what you have to do to run a successful blog.